One thing I've noticed over the years working with waterfront buyers here in Maine is that a lot of people initially focus on the wrong things. They fall in love with the big view, the dramatic rocky shoreline, the wide open ocean frontage. And listen, I understand it. It's beautiful. It photographs well. It's what many people picture when they think about owning waterfront property in Maine. But if you're actually a boater, sometimes those properties aren't nearly as enjoyable to own as buyers expect. Some waterfront looks great in photos, but it's not always great to use, especially if you plan to use a boat regularly. Welcome back to the HRGTV studio. Some of the best waterfront properties for boating are actually the ones many buyers overlook. They're usually in more protected areas, inner harbors, coves, sheltered waterfront, places where the water is calmer and easier to deal with day to day. And experienced boaters usually understand this right away. When experienced boat owners look at a waterfront property, they're often paying more attention to the water than the house itself. How protected is the dock? What's it like at low tide? Can you comfortably leave in rougher weather? What happens in a northeast blow? Is docking easy? Can guests safely get on and off the boat? Because once you own it for a few years, you start caring a lot more about usability than appearance. Here along the coast, Harpswell, Boothbay Harbor, Camden, Rockland, some of the most expensive waterfront is wide open to the ocean. And while it's beautiful, it can also come with a lot of challenges. Surge, dock movement, wave exposure, weather limitations, higher maintenance, constant storm prep. Sometimes buyers don't fully appreciate that until they've owned it for a season or two. Meanwhile, a more protected property may not have the same wow factor online, but from a boating standpoint, it may actually be the better property. For a lot of people, it's simply an easier property to enjoy, because if you can walk down to your dock, get on the boat comfortably, leave without fighting current, wind, or rough conditions every time, you're probably going to use it more. Your friends and family will use it more too. Another thing I see buyers underestimate is maintenance. Large exposed waterfront properties can become a lot of work. Dock repairs, storm damage, wave action, winter exposure, insurance costs. There's always something. And for some people, that's perfectly fine. They want the dramatic setting and they're willing to deal with it. But a lot of buyers, especially experienced boaters, eventually start prioritizing simplicity and usability instead. That's why some of the most overlooked waterfront opportunities are properties that don't necessarily look flashy at first glance. Maybe the view is smaller, maybe it's tucked inside a harbor, maybe it's on protected water instead of open ocean. But from a practical boating standpoint, it may actually be the better fit, especially if your lifestyle revolves around boating, kayaking, swimming, or simply being able to enjoy being near the water without everything feeling like work. And I think that's something buyers should think about more carefully, because everybody uses waterfront differently. Some buyers want dramatic views and wide open ocean exposure. Others want a property that's easy to use, easy to maintain, and comfortable to enjoy regularly. Neither one is wrong. It just depends on what matters most to you and how you realistically plan to use the property. And along the Maine coast, some of the smartest waterfront opportunities are often the ones buyers overlook at first glance.